While Excel workbooks can be used entirely electronically, you may find that you need to print them as well. It's important to understand not only how to print, but how to prepare your workbook for printing. The first thing I'll encourage you to do is to add the Print Preview command to your Quick Access toolbar. If you think you may print your worksheets, it's always good to see how something looks before you print it. And having the Print Preview command on Quick Access toolbar will make your life easier. You can also access it by left-clicking the Microsoft Office button and selecting Print, Print Preview, which lets you see how the worksheet will appear printed, Quick Print, which prints one copy to the default printer, and Print, which allows you to get specific print options. We'll talk more about this later. Let's look at our household budget in the Print Preview format. I can just do that from here. And now you can see that our view has changed. The tab at the top indicates that we are in Print Preview. On the bottom left side, we can see that we are viewing page 1 of 2. We can look at our spreadsheet and see that our full title doesn't appear, and about half of our columns don't show up on one page. This means the rest of the columns are on page 2. I can view page 2 by clicking the Next Page command in the ribbon. And here is the rest of my spreadsheet. And you can just select the Previous Page command to go back to page 1. Now, before we leave Print Preview mode, let's take a look at other commands. You have the Print command, which opens the Print dialog box. You also have the Page Setup command, and from here you can access many other same features as you can on the ribbon, such as orientation, scaling, and so much more. You can also use the zoom command to zoom in and out. I usually stay zoomed out so I can see what everything looks like. Finally, you have the margins feature that lets you select and deselect. Now, I think this is a really great feature in Excel. Right in Print Preview, I can change my margin and column settings. For example, let's say I want to make the paid column smaller and bill column wider. I just have to hover over one of the margin markers until the double arrow appears and then left click and drag. The change is made right here in the Print Preview and is reflecting in actual spreadsheet. We can leave Print Preview by clicking the Close Print Preview icon. You should also become familiar with the page layout. From here, we can customize some of our options so that the spreadsheet prints the way we want it to. We saw in Print Preview that we can modify our margins, and you can get the same thing by left-clicking the Margins command here. And we can choose the predefined settings by or you can enter custom margins. You can also change page orientation. You may want to do this depending on whether your worksheet has more information from left to right, which might be better suited for the landscape orientation. Currently, we are in the portrait mode. Portrait orients everything on the page vertically, while landscape orients the page horizontally. We have already seen how this worksheet will look printed in portrait format, so let's try landscape. When you select it, you won't notice anything changed in the current view. But if you click the Print Preview command, you will see now that 3 extra columns appear on the first page. You may also notice that we are on page 1 of 4. When we changed to landscape, some of the information at the bottom of our worksheet was cut off and now appears on page 2. And page 3 has our extra columns. I can still tweak the worksheet so all the information appears. I can do this using Scale to Fit group. From here, I can modify the scale setting by typing number or using the arrows. Currently, the worksheet is printing at 100%. Let's decrease that to 70% and see what happens. You won't notice a change in the spreadsheet, but when you click Print Preview, that's when you'll be able to tell if all your information will print on one page. And we can see that it does. Scale to fit is a great tool if things that just don't quite fit on a sheet. Keep in mind that you can scale things down so much that it's difficult to read when printed, so be very careful. We're going to leave the paper size as default or to standard, but you can change that here if you wanted to. By default, the print area is the entire worksheet, but in Excel, you can choose to select different print area. For example, if I only wanted to print the part of my worksheet that shows my bills from January to April, all I need to do is select the cells I want by left clicking my mouse and dragging it over the cells. Now click the print area command and choose set print area. If we go up to print preview, we can see that only those cells we selected will be printed. To go back to default settings, which is the entire worksheet, just select the print area command and then select clear print area. Another feature that is worth showing is the breaks command, which allows you to insert page breaks at various points on the spreadsheets. This gives you control in determining where you want your pages to start. This is especially important when dealing with long spreadsheets. To insert a page break, select the cell below where you want the break to appear. Now, select the breaks command and click Insert Page Break. If you click Print Preview, you will be able to see the new page begins exactly where you place the page break. The last feature I will show you before we actually print is the Print Titles command. I think this is one of the key things you need to know before you print multi-paged worksheets in Excel. It's a lot easier for me to show you what this command does rather than just tell you. To see how this works, click the Print Titles command. The Page Setup dialog box appears. Now you want to select what rows or columns we want to appear on every printed page. I inserted a page break a while ago. I still like the heading that appear on row 7 to appear at the top of page 2. So I'll click the icon, select the row in my spreadsheet, click the icon again, and click OK. I can go to Print Preview. Let's see now that bills, date, paid, and the months appear on top of page 1 and 2. Once I'm ready to print, I can do so from the Microsoft Office button and clicking Print. The Print dialog box appears. Now my default printer appears selected, but you can change that if you wish. You can also click Properties to access a variety of options such as printing in black and white versus color, single versus double-sided printing, and more. Now these things vary from printer to printer, so we won't look at those. Now you'll need to choose whether you want to print specific pages or all of the worksheets, and whether you want to print selected area or active sheets, which in this case is sheet 1 or the entire workbook. We have actually only been working with one sheet right now, but if you had information on these other worksheets, you can print all by selecting workbook. Once you specify how many copies you would like to print, just click OK. Whether you're reviewing data, marking a checklist, or distributing handouts, these are all great reasons to start printing a worksheet or workbook in Excel today.